everyone, welcome to Wiffleball News. We are here for the 2017 ORWBL season. It's right around the corner. Opening games can start this weekend, flex scheduling, week 1. We're here to do the previews and predictions for the full 30-game regular season. Each have our own predictions for the 30-game season, record standings. So before we get into that, though, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the power rankings. We released them on Twitter. If you don't follow us on Twitter, you should do so already. It's also on the ORWBL website. So yeah, what's your thoughts on the power rankings? Anything stand out? Any shockers or anything?
No, they're pretty good power rankings. I think they're really, really accurate. Maybe just one thing, it's not really a shock to me, but just Emory's Army and Cabo Yabos, it's going to be close. I don't really know, like, they're two mystery teams to me. I don't know how they're going to play. Anything for you?
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. I think Jet City being at 3 kind of shows how big of a deal Shane Anderson was to them. Last year they did win the AL West, but them and Hudson Lake, it's going to be an interesting race in that division. I think it's probably the most exciting race to watch between any Division II teams.
Yeah, the votes from the committee were really close on those two teams in the power rankings. And, you know, New Carlisle at 1, that's pretty obvious. Maple City at 2. Jet City and Hudson Lake close. And then, you know, 5 through 8 are pretty close. And then 9 through 12, I think, are all pretty close.
Yeah, I would pretty much agree. I'd say Maple City and News, and then I'd say...
Yeah, it's just a big division.
And then I think 3 through 8 is pretty much just good teams that can really compete with the 2 elite teams that made the World Series last year. And then 9 through 12 with the Mechanics, Dactyls, Godfathers, and Leprechauns. I think those are teams that really don't really have a shot to make a World Series run this year.
Alrighty, well, let's move on to predictions.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our predictions here. We each made our own predictions. Let's go ahead and see what we got.
All right, let's take a look at these.
As you can see, my predictions are on the left and Brett's are on the right. In the AL East, Maple City on top, as everyone expected. Cabo in second, and the Dactyls in third. Nothing surprising there. I have Cabo going 15-15. You have them at 13-17. That's pretty much the only really big difference. Why do you have that going?
Last year they did go 500. They went 12-12 in a 24-game season. This year, the commissioner added on 6 more games to make it 30. I just think, you know, they are one of the older teams in the league. I think that age might get to them. It could take a toll, and I just think they're going to lose a couple more games than they did last year. Not a huge difference, but they will finish 13-17 in my eyes.
Yeah, I don't think any ORWBL fans around the league really think this division is going to end up any other way than how we have them. We're going to move on to the AL West here. We both have Jet City on top, 20-10, Hudson Lake in second, and Great Lakes at the bottom. Not really any big differences. Couple game difference between Hudson Lake and 2 between Great Lake Godfathers. Anything?
Yeah, I think Jet City once again will win this division, just like last year. But it will be a very, very tight race between the Heat and Junk Ballers. I think Heat definitely could win it. You know, they did have some great offseason signings. They are a team up on the rise. They're one of the younger teams in the league. I think they could win it, but if I had to pick, I'm going to take Jet City.
Yeah, same here. As you can see, this AL, it has gotten a lot deeper, a lot of big offseason pickups. They got beat down in the All-Star game last year, and I think they're gonna make it a lot closer this year versus the NL.
All right, so let's take a look at the NL predictions. All right, here we go with the NL.
Right off the bat, Brett with huge predictions. Emory's Army over New Carlisle. I don't see how he has it. I have New Carlisle going 20-10, taking the division easily. But Brett, how do you have that going?
I went through every game and I just gave every team a win or a loss how I did, and this is the way it came out. Not saying, you know, for sure Emory's is a better team than Newt's, or, you know, Newt's a better team than Emory's. I just think, you know, the way Emory's has a schedule lined up, I think it's fairly easy. I also believe, you know, they got guys like Jake Lawrence, Eric Johnson. Jake Lawrence, former Cy Young winner. And I only have them 2 games better than the Newts. And if you look at last year, Newts did not finish with the best regular season record. That went to the Maple City Magic. But the Newts still ended up taking home the World Series crown. So, you know, regular season, I don't think they're going to perform, you know, out of this world. Just kind of a good year for sure. Definitely 18 wins is, you know, nothing to knock on. But I think, you know, come playoff time, I'm sure they'll show up and come around more. But regular season, I don't think it's, you know, it's their game.
Yeah, that is a pretty bold prediction. I have another bold prediction here I don't have on this, obviously, but if Emory's Army doesn't play well, and if Olive Township comes and plays how I think they might, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Olive Township finishes ahead of Emory's, whereas you have Emory's finishing first. which I find a little bit interesting. We're going to move on to NL West. I have Granger. We both have Granger on top. You have them tied with Galena Marsh Taco Punchers, both going 20-10. I have Galena Marsh going 17-13. Not a bad season at all, just not enough to catch Granger. And then, unfortunately, we both have Lindstreet in last in what looks to be not one of the best seasons for them.
Yeah, I think it's Galena Marsh is a great team. Jared Emmons, Cy Young winner last year. They got a lot of talent on that roster. And then Granger, the new team to the league, first ever season. A lot of youth on the team. I think they could be very decent, but 20-10 is nothing to be ashamed of. Same with Taco Punchers. So it should be an interesting race in the NL West. I'd say it's one of the tighter ones out there. And then you look at Lindstreet. Dustin Curl, best player last year, led them in almost every stat offensively. And so you take him away, and there's not much left. They did make a lot of rookie offseason signings, but we weren't sure how those will play out. I do think Nick Brassel has his team on the up and up, and it's just not going to be their year. They're going to have to be a little bit patient for the fans that live on Lindstreet.
Yeah, I hope good things for Lindstreet. They did a really good thing last year by taking over Bertrand's spot. So yeah, I think that's all we got for the NL. As you can see, it looks really deep, just like the AL does this year, and we're going to have to see how it plays out in the World Series. As you can see, guys, those are our 2017 predictions for ORWBL.
Yeah, so that was our predictions. Now, that's it. So be sure to comment below what your thoughts were. Subscribe if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter. And yeah, we'll be tweeting these predictions as well. And stay tuned to the channel. You won't want to miss ORWBL Tonight. A new series premiering on this channel is going to be a weekly show discussing all things ORWBL throughout the league and some interviews, different segments. We're premiering this Friday, May 5th, so you will not want to miss that, so be sure to subscribe. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.